AB Road, exit 48, Somerset. Newell Golf Club, located just minutes outside of town, the friendly hometown golf course. Come play a round of golf in a laid-back atmosphere and enjoy the views that western South Dakota has to offer. Newell Golf Club strives to be a community leader, offering the course to the Newell High School and middle school golf teams free of charge and hosting multiple community golf tournaments throughout the season. First-time members get half off membership fees. Look us up on Facebook.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Rocky Newenhouse in Corsica, Platte, Mitchell, and Huron at 605-946-5606.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Want a solid deal? Saving 16% on John Deere and Fleet Guard filters this month is a great incentive to stock up at Grossenberg Implement. Filters are one of those easy to overlook maintenance items, but they can make a huge difference in keeping equipment running smoothly. Whether it's your tractor, self-propelled windrower, or that trusty Z-Track mower. So partner up with Grossenberg Implement during their filter sale this month and save 16%. Stop into any 9 Grossenberg locations and partner up with us this spring.
this one in here this afternoon as the Warriors get ready to take on the Scoopers, who lost 2 in a row coming off a Dell Rapids sweep Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, what I like about this Sioux Falls, Washington team is they're gamblers. They're coming out here and they're going to gamble on the weather. I like that. But you're right, Scoopers, a tough 2 games. The first game against Dell Rapids, a 17-2 loss. That was, boy, a little painful for the Scoopers to get through that game. But game 2, much, much better. The Scoopers down 6-4. 6-5 after like 3-4 innings. But Dell Rapids, again, puts up big numbers in that top of the 7th inning, so taking advantage of Scooper mistakes. Scoopers weren't mistake-free, but they definitely played better baseball. We got to step aside for the national anthem.
And we'll take 60 seconds for that.
When you do your grocery shopping, you like to go where you can get fresh meat and produce, low prices, and friendly service. You'll find it all at Len's Dakota.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
You know, looking at the Key City Chiropractic Keys to Victory today, the Scoopers a little bit better in Game 2 against Dell Rapids. Got 5 hits, so they're going to have to get at least 10 hits. You know, that's kind of what you look at for a baseball team. If you can crank out 10 hits in a game, you're going to have a really good chance of winning that game. Right now, the Scoopers batting average as a team, they got to up that too as well. Elijah Stroud hitting 375. Dalen DeShock hitting 286. Carter Williams hitting 333. Still early in the season, but the Scoopers need to get that bat on the ball more, generate some more offense. They did take advantage of Dell Rapids' mistakes early in that game. In the bottom of the first, the Scoopers, with just 1 hit, they generated 4 runs. And they got to keep doing that here against Sioux Falls, Washington. See if they can clean up all those little mistakes that they've made throughout the game. Guarantee you that's going to help the outcome of this matchup.
All right, the Scoopers will be in the outfield first, of course, to get things started here, as they are the home team and will bat at the bottom half of the inning. And the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors will bat first. Up first, Caden Sporer, the center fielder. He wears number 11. will come to the plate, and starting pitcher for the Scoops again, Brody Royer on the mound.
Yeah, Brody, he's started game one, so he's 0-1 on the season. They lost that first game to Rapid City Central. Brody, 5 innings pitched. He's faced 24 batters. He's thrown 106 pitches, given up 3 hits. The batting average against for Brody, 167. That's pretty good. Then he struck out 9, walked 5. So Brody coming in with some real game experience here in this game against Sioux Falls, Washington.
All right, here comes our first pitch from Royer, and that is a chopper. It goes right to the shortstop. Quick throw to first, and no, safe at first. Scoopers could not get the play, and I'm not sure if Elijah Stroud's foot came off the bag or he just didn't get the ball in his mitt.
I think Caden Sporer, a lot of speed. Leadoff hitter for Sioux Falls, Washington,
And
got there.
May just beat the throw. Yep.
Yeah, shortstop Tate Johnson kind of short-armed that throw, took a bounce to Elijah Stroud, so safe at first.
And Brecken Bittler to the plate now, number 5 for Sioux Falls, Washington. He'll swing and foul that one into the chain link fence right in front of us. Glad you're with us here for night 3. We're going to get a little break after today, though. Games tomorrow for the Scoops have gotten canceled due to the inclement weather coming in. It's kind of been in and out of overcast skies today, but the leading edge of that system is starting to trickle in. The temperatures have already started to go down. They will chase Sporer back to first base. He gets back safely.
I had to wear a long sleeve T-shirt
Look at
instead of
you.
a short sleeve T-shirt today.
I've already got my jacket on, so that shows you the temperature difference from yesterday at this time.
It's cooled down a
to
bit.
Today, yeah.
Caden Sporer with a big lead off first base for Washington.
Ooh, takes that one up inside for ball 1. That'll
Inside.
even the count. 1-1. NCAA Tournament's Sweet 16 continues with the next round of 4 games tonight.
Yeah, some good ones last night.
There sure was. In our bracket pool, Tyler had a perfect day yesterday. He got all 4 right last night for 100 points.
Good for
That
him.
one fouled off into the distance.
Yeah, that Arkansas-Texas Tech game. Arkansas up the whole game, and Texas
Tech at the very end
beats him in overtime.
You just have to have the most points when the clock hits 0.
So Tyler picked Texas Tech.
He did.
Wow.
Yep.
I have to shake his hand for that one. That's a little luck involved, but
The rest of us had 2 except for Pam. Pam had 3.
nice.
1 and 2. Oh, that one's going to get past the catcher, and off goes Sporer to second base, excuse me.
That was an issue, too, in game
It
1.
sure was, yep.
Wild pitches. Brody's got to get those up, and George Hamer as a catcher, that one a little tough to block. It was off to his right. A lot of times, though, a catcher got to sacrifice your body, put your body in front of that ball, but that one a little tough to stop for George.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Bittler. He'll take the 2-2 pitch coming, and he swings, and he chops this one to the shortstop, and he'll gather it up, throw it to first, and I still don't think he got it there. He did. Dean Gurr calls him out.
Oof.
Good catch at the first base by Elijah Stroud.
Oh, Elijah comes up limping a little bit. He had to stretch. Yeah, you got to almost do the splits sometimes as a first baseman, and Elijah says, I'm not quite that flexible.
Sporer stayed put at second base. He did not go. So that'll send to the plate now. Number 3 in the batting order, Dylan Tiddy. He's a right-handed hitter. He wears number 12. Dylan will not swing on this one and take a perfect pitch. Strike 1 right on the corner. So 1 out. Warriors got 1 aboard. And that one down low and outside for ball 1. So even count, 1-1. Scoopers have gotten quite a few games under their belt. This is Sioux Falls, Washington's first game of the season. Sturgis looking for their first win of the season as well.
Yeah, that's why Washington probably wanted to make that road trip. They're like, we got to get some games
They want
in.
to get some games in. If they had a chance to do it today, they definitely wanted to get it in today for sure. Pitch count 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike for Dylan. He will swing and miss that one right into the catcher's mitt. Good fastball for the Scooper pitcher. 28. Where am I at here?
Brody
Royer.
Royer.
There I am.
Gary's been a little busy today.
It's been quite a day. Yes, it's been a day. 1-2 pitch was going to be 2-2. That'll even things up. That one was down low and outside. Good job by Scooper catcher George Hamer to make sure that did not head to the backstop. That would have allowed Sporer to steal third base.
Gary rubbing elbows with Governor Roden today, but
yeah, he was down in Rapid today. He was busy today. He visited Ellsworth and Vandenberg Elementary School to sign some bills into law. That one is fouled back into the fence. Count will stay 2-2.
I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with the governor's work so far. He's done more in the last couple months than the previous governor did in about a year.
Yeah, he's really been busy. He's making sure to get out there, and he's stuck to his promise so far. Good hit. That one's going to bounce into center field. They're going to wave Sporer home. Here he comes. It's just now getting picked up in center field. And the base hit will send in Sporer for the first run of the game.
RBI single for Dylan Teedy.
And he gets it to first base, and that's all the farther he'll get, though. I thought maybe they'd try and grab 2 out of that one, but.
And, you know, I like our previous governor, but, yeah, she was more focused on going to the next level, in my opinion.
Caleb Booman is to the plate now. He is a left-handed hitter, and he wears number 22.
But we don't talk politics during baseball, Gary.
We try not
Let's
to.
Let's move on from that subject. We do baseball to forget about those things.
That's correct. So we have a little conversation here with the Scooper pitcher and the shortstop. Scooper shortstop today is Tate Johnson, at least to get things started.
Maybe Tate discussing whether TD plans on stealing second and who's going to make the play. And
swing and chop back into the fence, foul ball. TD goes back and he'll tag back up at first base. In a 1-0 game, the Warriors have scored first here with 1 away. Booman will not swing on this one. He'll take strike 2.
Good pitch. That one started outside, broke inside.
Count 0-2.
Yeah, Brody Royer's got a pretty good variety of pitches to choose from.
Here's the pitch, and that one breaks outside for ball 1. So the count goes 1-2. TD with a little bit of a lead off there at first base for Washington. They're going to chase him back with the throw to first. The throw is clean, but TD was keeping his eye on Royer and Stroud. Stroud playing first. And the pitch, swing and a strikeout. Down goes Booman.
Strikes out Booman.
And Dylan Bark will come to the plate next.
Yeah, good fastball by Royer to fan Booman.
So 2 away, a 1-0 lead for the Warriors.
Watched a little highlight or two this morning on opening day of Major League Baseball.
And another slate today. I think the Rockies are playing for their season opener today. I don't know if they're home or away, though.
Not sure. I could look that up.
We'll have to look that up as we move through the broadcast.
I didn't have a lot of time to check out ESPN, but I wanted to see the end of that Texas Tech-Arkansas game, so watched that overtime and saw a few Major League Baseball highlights.
That one is hit solid into center field.
Caught.
And that is, nope, it's dropped. Yep, that may have been over the head of the center fielder out there. They're going to wave home a run here. Here comes the throw. They might get him. Nope, the throw was under Hamer. And it's going to turn into a triple on that throw. And the run scores, and it is 2-0 Sioux Falls, Washington. Boy, what an arm, though. They got it there, but Hamer just could not gather it up to get the out.
Yeah, I thought Bark was going to be out. Looked like Carter Williams had a really good line on that baseball out in center field, but boy, it looked like it just went through his glove.
Bring it home, yep.
Didn't look like it was over his head. Looked like it maybe just bounced out of his glove. I'm not sure.
Or maybe he overcharged it a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And you can do that for sure on a
There's a wild pitch, and in comes run number 3 for the Washington Warriors as number 4, Dylan Bark, scores.
Yeah, we mentioned eliminate mistakes.
Yeah.
Those are mistakes that you cannot make against any baseball team.
Cost the Scoops a couple runs here already on mistakes. Easton Pearson is at the plate, and he took ball 1 on that wild pitch. So now the bases are empty for SFW. Here's the pitch, and he'll take this one up high, ball 1. Make that ball 2. So now 2 balls, no strikes. Ooh, that one up inside again, ball 3. On deck for Sioux, Washington is Tyler Ringheimer, if they can keep this top half of the inning going with a 3-0 lead. Here comes the pitch. That's ball 4 inside, and off to first base goes Pearson. He is the designated hitter for the Warriors.
That's the first base on balls by Brody Royer.
So now here comes Tyler Ringheimer. He's playing second base today, wears number 7. He's batting number 7. He's got a lucky number 7 today. We'll see how lucky his number is at the plate here as he faces Brody Royer. Royer will stare him down. Here's the pitch, up high, ball 1. That wind now blowing at our back here in the press box, so this will carry the balls into the outfield.
Change direction again.
Yeah. Kind of a swirling wind ahead of that front that's moving in.
Ooh.
Oh, almost hit by pitch. Inside, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. A 3-0 lead for the Washington Warriors. Here's the pitch. And that one down low and outside, ball 3. So now Royer's got some catching up to do. Got some other players coming in here. Washington may be playing another game here tonight versus another team.
Might do the JV. Maybe it's a JV afterwards, like we did last night.
Did you check Sioux Falls, Washington's schedule?
Didn't see anything on it.
So, that looks like the Spearfish Spartan squad coming in, though.
It does, yeah. Let me check real quick here.
So we'll get a rundown on that. In the meantime, it is a 3-1 pitch count.
Yeah, they've got Sturgis, they've got Douglas, they've got Spearfish all tonight.
Triple header here at the ballpark. That's going to be a base hit, Terry. That one was out in the left field, and it dropped in front of the left fielder. And the puppy dogs are out at the park here. That's good to see.
Yeah, base hit by Ringheimer.
Absolutely. Ringheimer is on first base. We got sidetracked there. Sorry to our listeners and watchers on Live Ticket TV. Runners on first and second. So, Terry, this has kind of been a 2-out rally for the Washington Warriors. And out comes Coach Aris. He's going to talk with Royer here. I don't think he's going to pull Royer here. I think this is just kind of a, all right, bud, let's pick this up here and get this third out.
Yeah, 4 hits for Sioux Falls, Washington in this top of the first. I mean, the one that Carter Williams missed could be called an error, but it's not, hasn't been scored that way, at least on the box score as of yet. So we'll call it 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk here in the top of the first.
And a 3-0 lead for the Washington Warriors. All right, at the plate now, this is Sam Sanders. And he wears number 28 for the Washington Warriors. Here's the pitch, and Sanders will take strike 1. That was a good pitch by Royer.
So, yeah, Sioux Falls, Washington coming in here to get 3 games, a triple header.
With the weather tomorrow, you might as well try to get them in. And if your teams that want to play you are ready to go, I say that's a great idea. That one broke low just outside at the last minute for ball 1. 1-1 is the count.
The rain and snow's not supposed to start until about after midnight.
That's
I've
correct. They
heard,
said
so.
after midnight, but you never know.
Yep.
That one breaks down low again. Almost the same place Royer put that last pitch in there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Brody up to 29 pitches already in the first. Make that 30 pitches.
Sandra, it's kind of a wide stance at the plate when he gets ready to bat. They'll throw to second, chase the runner back. So I'm going to gather, it's still early here, Terry, but I'm going to gather Washington not really an aggressive team on the bases. At least we have not seen that yet.
Not yet, yeah. They have taken advantage of the mistakes that the Scoops have made.
But no attempt on steals yet. That one to the far right and outside. And now we're going to have a 2-2 count coming up here for number 28.
You know, which I think is smart strategy. You kind of want to get a feel for the team you're playing. Look at the catchers, see what the catcher's arm is like. Watch the pitchers wind up to see how much time it takes him to get his wind up and get the pitch.
Ooh, Sanders takes that one just inside for ball 3. And now you got a full count. And with 2 out, I imagine these Washington Warrior runners at first and second are going to go. On this pitch, there they go. They're on the run, and the swing and the strikeout, and Royer gets out of the inning with no more damage. Scoopers needed that. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Scoopers on deck will have Elijah Stroud, along with Dylan DeShock and George Hamer, the first 3 to bat when we come back in 60 seconds. This is Scooper Baseball on the Big 81. On the Big 81.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Sturgis Strikers is your hometown bowling alley that is locally owned and operated. Come on down and bowl a game, join a league, or have a birthday party. Don't forget Friday and Saturdays are Blacklight Bowling Nights. Conveniently located off 1st and LaSalle Street, stop in and grab your morning coffee from 5-8 Espresso. Not a coffee person? No problem. Grab a tea or smoothie. And if you're going to grab a drink, why not grab a Daylight donut or 2? All located inside Sturgis Strikers off 1st and LaSalle. Grocery Mart off Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota is your locally owned and operated grocery store. Stop in and shop the great selection of fresh cut meats. Then stroll on over to the fresh produce aisle. Watch for weekly ads for big savings and make sure you're checking out their Facebook page for the hot deals. Grocery Mart continues to strive to offer the best deals to their customers. Located off Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota, Grocery Mart says go Scoopers.
For the Scoopers. See, I've even lost track already. The Scoopers have had so many.
Yeah, Elijah Stroud leading off for the Scoopers, batting .375 with an RBI early in this season.
Tommy Peterson is the pitcher for Sioux Falls, Washington, and he's got a good one there. Strike 1 for Stroud. So DeShock moves up again tonight to the second in the batting order. He was third last night.
He's been productive.
And another strike.
You know, you can tell Coach Eris Rodriguez is early in this season trying to figure out his lineup and where to put these guys in the batting lineup, because there's a lot of strategy to that as well.
Yep. 0-2 the count, swing, and that one popped out into right field. And that's going to be a foul ball for Elijah Stroud. The count will stay 0-2.
You want the leadoff hitter to get on base, number one. You want a fast player, you want a smart player, and Elijah Stroud fits all those categories for sure for Coach Rodriguez. And You know, your cleanup hitter at number 4 is usually a power hitter. Your 3 and 4 hitter is a power hitter. But yeah, the top of the lineup is pretty important for a team.
Here's the pitch, and that one inside and at the knees for ball 1.
Yeah, and Tommy Peterson for Sioux Falls, Washington has some room to work now with one ball and 2 strikes. He can kind of play with that strike zone.
I don't think he wanted to go that far inside on that one, though. We'll see what he brings up coming here on this 1-2 pitch. That was right back in there, and that fouled into the Washington Warrior dugout.
Yeah, Elijah just staying alive with that, kind of stuck the bat out to more of a check swing.
So Scoopers, trying to think the last time one of the Scoopers sports teams have played Sioux Falls, Washington. It's been a while.
It has. Even in basketball, we haven't played them.
Volleyball in the Sodak 16 a couple years ago.
I think so, yep.
That one down low and in the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 goes the count. Bases empty. Elijah Stroud is the leadoff batter here for the Scoopers in the bottom half of the first inning. 2-2 pitch, and he swings, but just got a piece of it. We could hear it up here, so he'll stay alive.
And teams this time of year just want to get games in.
Absolutely.
Just want to get some experience. You know, you get tired of seeing your teammates in practices. You want to play against a different team.
2 balls, 2 strikes, turns into ball 3, and we have a full count coming for Elijah Stroud.
Seeing some different pitching and different
Track and field season got underway yesterday. Ty Petracco winning the 1600.
Really?
That one is down low and outside for ball 4. So after starting off strong, Peterson allows the walk.
Yeah, 2 quick strikes, and then Elijah Stroud stayed alive and was patient.
And gets to first base. And now Dalen DeShock will come to the plate. He is the designated hitter today.
Yeah, so Ty Petracco off to a good start on the track season. That's good to hear. Yeah, he's going to have a great senior season.
Here's the pitch, and this one down low. That will be ball 1. So Peterson is trying to right the ship here. I said he started so strong on Stroud with 2 quick strikes. And that one inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes.
Dalen hitting .286 coming into this game.
And he's had a good couple of games versus Del Rapids.
Yeah, he has.
And he will not swing on that one, down low outside ball 3. So Peterson, he started with those 2 strikes. Ever since then, it's been a pitch out of the strike zone. 7 straight now. And that one in there for a strike. But we didn't figure DeShock would probably chase it. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Dalen will swing on this one and bloop that one into center field. That'll be a base hit for Dalen. They're going to run Stroud off to third.
Nobody covering second.
And nobody covering second, and safe at second is Dalen DeShock.
Well, good heads-up base running by Dalen DeShock. He recognized the shortstop was too far off second to get there in time, and Elijah Stroud on his way to third.
So runner is on second and third now. Scoopers got runners in scoring position with nobody out, and George Hamer comes to the plate.
Yeah, Dalen hit that into the gap out in right center, and usually just a single, but boy, he was trucking around first base and saw that he had an open base and took it.
Shifting gears as he rounded first and kept on going. This one inside for ball 1 as Hamer comes to the plate.
George hitting .143 through 3 games.
Hamer will take this one inside and at the knees for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. This pitch is in there and swung on and fouled back towards the Scooper dugout. And Hamer will have a 2-1 pitch coming. Stroud on third, DeShock on second for the Scoops. Two-one pitch on the way. Ooh, up high for ball 3.
George having to lean back to get away from that one.
And Peterson in a slump here for Sioux Falls, Washington. 3-1 pitch. Oh, that hit him. Yep, that's going to send him on to first base. And the bases are loaded here with nobody out. And I see nobody coming out to talk to Peterson yet except the catcher.
Yep, still early. You know, game 1 for Sioux Falls, Washington, so maybe some pre-game jitters.
Jace Thurman coming out to pinch run for George Hamer.
First game jitters.
So Thurman on first. DeShock on second. Elijah Stroud is on third.
Cleanup hitter Tate Johnson at the plate, hitting .200 through the first 3 games.
Tate swings and fouls that into the fence.
Yeah, just an 8th grader, so we'll be saying his name for
yes,
several years.
How about that on the varsity squad?
Kind of fun to have a young player like that
It sure is.
will be able to kind of track his progress over the next few years.
Ooh. Oh, he almost got hit by that pitch. So 1-1 goes the count. So Peterson continuing to struggle here as the Scoopers have the bases loaded. Nobody out. The count is 1-1. Swing and a miss there for Johnson for strike 2.
Good thing about an early start for us is we'll get to watch some basketball when we get home from this.
Absolutely.
Ole Miss, Michigan State, Kentucky, Tennessee, Michigan, Auburn, Purdue, Houston.
Here's the pitch, and Johnson swung about 2 seconds after that ball went into the catcher's mitt. But it was kind of up high and broke away. And that's kind of a big out for Peterson and the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. So 1 away on the strikeout for Tate Johnson. If you were watching that one on Live Ticket TV, you'll see why we were kind of giggling at that one.
You know, and Tate probably got to get in the batting cage, work a little bit. He stepped backwards as he's swinging the bat there.
Bridger Massabatten with the hit.
Force
They're
out
going to
at
throw
home.
this to home, and they'll get the out at home. Yep. So Bridger Massabatten swung that one kind of late, too, and it bounced right to the pitcher. And all he had to do was pick it up and throw it home on the force out. So 2 away. Jaron Andrzejewski will come to the plate now for the Scoops.
Yeah, Scoopers, bases loaded, no outs. Now bases loaded, 2 outs.
And no score on the board.
It's quick. In those situations, you got to find a way to capitalize.
This one up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch coming. He swings on this one. Right to the second baseman. They'll throw it to second to turn the out. And the Scoopers get the bases loaded with nobody out and failed to get a run across. Good defense for the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. It'll say a 3-0 lead for them when we come back after this 60-second timeout.
We connect people. Have been for 100 years or so. How we get that done? Well, that won't always be the same. But why we connect people? Not in a million years is that ever going to change. We didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No. We just brought them together.
Out
here, you'll learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
The Home Slice Group.
Leadoff batter for Sioux Falls, Washington is number 1, Jack Jacobson, and his first swing, he fouls it back for strike 1. Strike 2, or hopefully a strike 2 coming from Royer, and it is strike 2. Got it right in there on Jacobson. So 0-2 goes the count. Swing, and he struck him out.
Strike 3.
1, 2, 3.
Second strikeout.
Down goes Jacobson and 1 away.
Third strikeout for Brody Royer.
We're back to the top of the order now, though, for Sioux Falls, Washington. And this is Keaton Sporer, number 11. Warriors with a 3-0 lead. Scoopers had a golden opportunity for some runs there. Ooh, that one was way up high for ball 1.
Yeah, Benson Kiefer, who was just named to the Class A All-State basketball team, just committed to Black Hill State to play basketball.
Swing and fouled back. And the count will go 1-1.
Yeah, All-State basketball teams named. Was I not supposed to say that?
No,
have
they're
been
okay, I think.
Have they been embargoed?
Yeah, a lot of that stuff they send us, they say don't run it until so-and-so a time, but
I think we're good now on that?
I would think so,
Okay.
up high.
I
for
better be
ball.
careful.
They're going to call that a strike, 1-2 the count.
But Ryan Heinertz, Scooper.
Made the honorable mention.
Third team.
13.
Yep, third team All-State, yep.
1-2, swing, and he'll bloop that one off the roof of the Warrior dugout.
Yeah, so congrats to Ryan Heinert for being recognized for his hard work. His mom just walked in the ballpark, kind of reminded me that he's on that All-State team.
Yep, 1-2.
Royer up to 40 pitches now.
Swing and pops that one short, picked up by the shortstop, and he cannot gather it up in time. And that will be a base hit for Bittler. To the plate now comes Bittler. Excuse me, that was Keaton Sporer. Sporer's on board. He was the leadoff batter. And now Bittler, the right-handed hitter, will step to the plate. 1 away, and they throw to first, and that almost got away from Stroud. Bittler still waiting for his first pitch, and he's going to throw to first again and chase Sporer back. Sporer is safe. And Bittler will try and get his first pitch here. Now he does, and he pops this one out of the right field, and it's going to drop for at least a base hit. They're going to run Sporer all the way to third. And you got runners on the corners now, first and third.
Yeah, nice base hit out to right field by Bittler. Right fielder today for the Scoops, Barrett Patterson. Huge gap out between right field and center field. players that are good enough to place the ball out there, and Bittler did exactly that, hit it out to that gap in right center. And
third up to bat here for the Warriors is Dylan Deedy.
Caden Sporer now in scoring position for the Warriors. Sixth hit given up by Royer.
And a 3-0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. Pitch coming. That will fall out of the strike zone for ball one. So Washington drove over 400 miles to get here today, and they're like, we want to play some baseball. And they're going to hope to take on Spearfish and Douglas in all tonight. All 3 games.
Yeah.
Big swing and a miss there for strike one. Count goes 1-1. TD did get on base back in the first inning.
That he did. Scored a run as well.
Yep.
And an RBI.
Even
He's
count.
running.
Runners going. They're going to throw to third. And you're right, Terry. The Scoopers were working on that. That's that same situation Del Rapids pulled on Sturgis last night and scored runs by forcing the throw to second, and then you bring the runner on third base home.
You can't make that throw to second. In situations you can. Say you have 2 outs and you're pretty confident you can get him.
Yeah.
But with just 1 away, it just almost guarantees that Caden Sporer is going to run home.
Oh, they almost tagged the runner there at second. Getting back a little late. Bittler just about bit the dust. Just about got tagged out.
Good pickoff move by Royer.
Sure was. That one goes up high for ball 3. 3-1 the count now for TD, excuse me. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch and a go around for strike 2.
I'll tell you what, we've got a pretty big baseball fan sitting right in front of us here. A guy who brings his own folding chair to the ballpark.
Indeed.
And he's got a great seat there.
Yep.
Looking right at home plate. I mean, he's like, why sit in these cold plastic seats when I can bring my fuzzy folding chair with me?
Just getting a piece of that is TD to keep his at-bat alive.
And the coolest thing about him, he's got a U.S. Army hat on.
How about that?
Beat Navy.
Full count, 3-2. TD will not swing. He takes ball 4. Now the bases are loaded with 1 away.
Second walk for Brody Royer.
Caleb Booman coming to the plate now. Three 0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. We are in the top of the second inning. Booman, the left-handed hitter for Sioux Falls, Washington, will not swing. He'll take this one at the knees, down low, ball 1.
50th pitch for Brody Royer. Just in the top of the second.
Big swing on this one, and that one's going to get out into right field.
It's going to get a couple of runs in.
Here comes another run.
2 runs scored.
And it's 5-0 Sioux Falls, Washington.
RBIs, 2 of them on that single by Booman.
So Booman on first. He advances TD on to second. Sporer, Bittler all come home, and it's a 5-0 lead for the Warriors with Dylan Bark at the plate.
Dylan tripled back in the top of the first. RBI triple with the run scored.
Oh, that little chin music way up high on that one for ball 2. Ball 1, excuse me. 1-0 the count. Swing, and that one's popped into left field, and that's going to drop in front of the left fielder out there. They are going to send the runner home from third. He's going to get there. Runners advance to second and third for the Warriors, and they'll take a 6-0 lead. That clearly was going to drop in front of the left fielder there, and I thought the third base coach out there for Washington, Terry, didn't tell his runner to go until he seen that ball hit the ground. Then it was almost too late. They get him home, but I would have been sending him on. Clearly that ball was going to fall short.
Yeah, Bridger batting out in left field.
Yeah.
Good throw to the plate, but didn't quite get it there in time.
1 ball, no strike for the next batter up, and that's Easton Pearson. Pearson will, there goes a passed ball. That one's on the outside of the catcher, and in comes another run. Number 22, Caleb Booman scores to make it 7-0 Washington here in the top of the second.
A third wild pitch for Royer.
Yeah. And Pearson will have 2 balls, no strikes against him on this next pitch. With a runner on third. And still 1 away, up high, ball 3. So now it goes 3-0.
And some activity in the Scooper bullpen.
Terry trying to check the number with his binoculars. Jack Jolly, number 15. 3 balls, 1 strike for Pearson. And Pearson, that one gets past the catcher, but not enough to bring a runner home, and that's ball 4. And here comes Coach Harris, and we might see a pitching change this time.
Third walk for Royer. He's given up 8 hits, I should say, 7 runs, struck out 3 at 57 pitches right now.
Yep, that's going to do it for Royer. Let's see who we're going to get as a replacement. We've seen Jack Jolly warming up in the bullpen.
Elijah Stroud looks like he's making a move to the mound here. We'll see if they swap out Stroud and Royer. Yep, it's Elijah Stroud taking over.
Yep. So he's going to warm up. While he does that, we'll take a quick timeout. This is Scooper Baseball on the Big 81. 81.
The 52nd Annual Lear Camp Livestock Production Sale is March 29th at the ranch 35 miles east of Rapid City on Highway 44, offering 2-year-old fall and yearling Angus bulls and yearling heifers. Herd sires include Tex Playbook, Brookings Gold Coin, and Musgrave Riptide. Producing bulls with calving ease, maternal traits, and increased weaning weights. Bulls are semen tested before sale day. Call 605-993-6171 or 605-441-7427 for a catalog. Lear Camp Livestock Production Sale March 29th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Videos online at livestocklink.com.
New Underwood Ag will be selling Python wire winder from Danhauser. This wire winder takes the bite out of rolling up fence wire, capable of winding up single strands or multiple strands of wire with ease. Simply attach the Python to a hydraulic auger. Tilting the drive unit toward and away from the direction of the wire will allow for even spooling. A simple and efficient way to wind wire. This wire winder from New Underwood Ag is selling March 29th at 10:15 on the Big 81. KBHP.
Sturgis Super Sports, heard on the Big 81, KBHP.
Welcome back to Strong Field on the pitching change. And it will be Elijah Stroud taking over for Brody Royer in a 7-0 deficit here.
Yeah, Royer leaves after 58 pitches. Gave up 7 runs, walked 3, gave up 8 hits, struck out 3. Three wild pitches, allowed a couple of runs to come in. So Royer's been off for a couple of days. A little bit rusty coming back in tonight. Elijah Stroud, pretty steady force on the mound. We'll see if he can right the ship here for the Scoops.
So he'll face off against Tyler Ringheimer here, 7th in the batting order. We have runners on 1st and 3rd for Sioux Falls, Washington, 1 away in the top of the 2nd inning. That pitch in there for a strike. Good pitch. So the 0-1 pitch for Ringheimer coming.
There goes the runner.
The ball 1, and here comes the run. They'll hold the third baseman, though. The runner at third will not come home. Del Rapids would have been sending that runner onward with that throw to second base.
Easton Pearson on second, and Dylan Bark at third for Washington.
Big lead off out there on second. Got jammed up. That ball goes up in the air and goes foul ball.
Boy, Ringheimer, I should say, ran that one out.
He did. He went all the way to first base.
Not too often you see a player run out a foul ball like that, but I appreciate the hustle.
Yep. He may have lost track of where it was going. He may have thought it went straight up in the air, but it did go backwards. Count 0-2. Here's the pitch, and got him swinging on that one for the strikeout.
Stroud records his first strikeout of the game.
Scoopers needed that. It's Ringheimer strikes out, and Sam Sanders to the plate now, number 28 for Washington.
Sam Sanders.
Some Warrior faithful made the long road trip out here. They're in the stands. Uh-oh, here comes the hot dogs.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That's a strike in there. Good pitch by Stroud.
Those look so good.
Sam Sanders, a right-handed hitter for the Washington Warriors.
It's becoming a tradition, Gary.
It's becoming a tradition, and we love it. We love it. Oh, that one just on the outside. Well, I sounded like Bob Euchre on that one.
You did.
Just a little on the outside, but
God
really
rest
it
his
was.
soul.
It was just close to the strike zone there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, you think we're busy as broadcasters. Think of a Major League Baseball radio
all
broadcaster.
Those games.
Ooh, got him.
They travel with them, too, so that's hit by pitch, yep.
Sanders got plunked.
Loading the bases.
So now the bases are loaded for Sioux Falls, Washington. And a 7-0 lead here in the top of the 2nd. They put 3 on the board in the top of the 1st. Boy, and you look back at where this game could be had the Scoopers been able to make some opportunities go there in the bottom of that 1st inning. They had the bases loaded with no outs. Just couldn't get anybody across. This one outside for ball 1. This is left-handed hitter Caden Sporer. We are back to the top of the batting order, I think. No, Jack Jacobson first. He's the left-hander. Then Sporer's back up. And that's inside. That's a passed ball. It goes to the backstop. In comes another run for the Warriors. Number 4, Dylan Bark, makes it an 8-0 game.
And Sanders moves to second. Pearson moves to third.
Wheels coming off the bus here, Terry, in this second inning for the Scoops.
Too many mistakes, and Sioux Falls, Washington trying to end this one in 5 by the 10-run rule.
That one is up high for ball 2, so the count goes 2-0. Jacobson, the left-handed hitter. See if Stroud can get this one across the plate for a strike, and no, it's up high, and that walks Jacobson.
back to the top of the order.
So now the bases are loaded again. And back comes Caden Sporer. You're back to the top of the batting order, and this is where the beef of the Sioux Falls Washington Warrior offense is.
Speaking of beef, that hot dog smells really good.
You're like, speaking of.
My mouth is watering.
Oh, Sporer chased it, and he gets, oh no, it bounces off the chest of the shortstop. That might go down as an error, and a run scores, and the bases are loaded again. So shortstop out there for the Scoopers, Tate Johnson. I don't know if it took a funny bounce in the dirt or what, but it bounced off his chest.
That looked like it could have took a crazy bounce.
So Brecken Bittler is to the plate now, and he'll take ball one on this pitch from Elijah Stroud. It's a 9-0 lead now for Washington. And Bittler took that one behind him for ball two. So 2 out, is that right? 2 out or 1 out?
Yep, 2 away.
Okay, so 2 away.
Yeah, strikeout to start off this inning, and then 6 quick runs by Washington, then another strikeout. Scoopers just struggling to get that third out.
Yeah, that's ball 3. That was down low and outside. So it looks like Washington will be taking on the Spearfish Spartans next year at Strong Field. Here comes a 3-0 pitch, and that's ball 4. And that walks in a run. And it's now 10-0 once this run comes across home plate.
Bringing up number 12, Dylan Teedy.
28 for Washington. Sanders walks home. And Dylan Teedy now will come to the plate. And he'll take this one down in there for a strike.
Good pitch by Stroud.
Bases stay loaded. Teedy swings, and this one goes out into left center field, and in comes one run. Here comes another run to make it 12-0 Washington, and another player coming home. Here's the throw, not going to get there. And it's 13-0 as 3 runs score for the Warriors. That'll leave a lone runner at second base. Double. Get some throwing errors out there in the outfield. Allowed that third run to come in.
Yep, double by Dylan Teedy. Brings home 3.
Pinch runner coming in, Tommy Boyum to run at second base, and out comes Coach Harris to talk to his pitcher. Scoopers could be flirting with the 15-run rule here, my friend. I think that's after 3.
Yep. Haven't seen that much in high school baseball,
You
but
don't see it too often.
It does happen.
Once in a while, yeah.
Good, how are you?
Yeah, been a rough outing for
Yeah.
the Scoops.
13-0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington.
Yep, just a conference on the mound. No changes on the pitcher. Elijah Stroud will stay.
All right, and that will send to the plate here, I believe, is it Booman now coming up? Caleb Booman.
It is.
Number 22. Left-handed hitter, and swings on this one, and that one into the catcher's mitt for strike 1. Count will go 0-1 for Booman.
Caleb Booman.
Count 0-1, and he'll take this one down low, and it'll be 1-1. The runner on second base stays put. Hamer lost that ball momentarily, but was able to get it back.
And 9 hits so far for Sioux Falls, Washington. 5 in this inning.
That one way outside. And 10 runs this inning for Sioux Falls, Washington. 2 balls, 1 strike for Booman. And Booman slaps this one up the gap, and it's knocked down by the second baseman, but safe at first is Booman. And the Scoopers still cannot get that third out.
Dylan Teedy moves to third.
And runners on the corners.
Now batting number 4, Dylan Bark.
And this has been a top half of the inning that has just lasted forever for the Scoops.
It's one they're going to want to forget, for sure.
Dylan Bark will come to the plate now.
You know, and just plays like that. You know, the second baseman, Cal Sundstrom, shortstop, Tate Johnson, plays they got to make. They got to get outs. You know, if the ball's hit to you on a grounder, you got to
that thing, yeah.
Got to make the play.
Yeah. That's strike 1 for Bark.
Elijah Stroud up to 22 pitches. Dylan Bark, 2 for 2 at the plate, 2 runs scored.
Pops this one up high in foul territory. Hamer cannot get to it. So the count will be 0-2. Hamer did a slide there in front of the Washington Warrior dugout. So 0-2, see if they can get Dylan Bark out on strikes here in the top half of the inning. That was close, ball 1. Warriors with runners on the corners here. One-two pitch coming.
Ooh.
And that turns into ball 2.
Caleb Booman at first hesitated on his way to second.
He thought about going. And then he decided not. So
That's
even count.
One of those, if you're on first, yeah, you steal second with a runner on third. You kind of.
And there's the strikeout.
Nope.
Scoopers needed it.
They needed that one.
So after a 10-run inning, we'll head to the bottom of the second. The Warriors with a 13-0 lead.
Your customers love your business, but you need more of them. That's where we come in. We work with great brands, connecting them to the right audience using video, website development, digital, and audio. All tied together with intelligent media placement to get as many people to your front door as possible. You concentrate on running your business while we concentrate on growing your business. Elevate your brand with us, the Home Slice Group.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our 2 locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
while we were on break.
Now batting number 22, Carter
Rick
Williams.
Astley, never going to give you up. All right, Scoopers got some catching up to do. See if they can do it here. Leadoff batter is 22, Carter Williams, and he'll take 1 ball, 1 strike so far in the pitch count.
Yeah, 53 degrees here at Strongfield, so not too bad.
And he'll take this one up high, ball 2. So the Washington Warriors, they got in trouble in the bottom of the first inning, but they came out of it okay with the strikeout and a force out at home.
Tommy Peterson back on the mound for Sioux Falls, Washington. That was a long top
Sure
of the
was.
second.
3 balls, 1 strike. And he got him chopped on that one. Strike 2.
Now the Warriors went through 15 batters
Wow.
in that top of the second.
That's a lot of batters.
Yeah, almost through the order twice.
Yep, almost did. Full count. And Williams got struck out. Caught him looking.
Second strikeout for Tommy Peterson.
So 1 away. And to the plate now, Kel Sundstrom, number 7, left-handed hitter.
Yeah, Kel looking for his first hit of the season. Been swinging the bat well, just needs to make contact. He's fast enough. Make contact and get to first.
And he'll take strike 1. Good pitch. Pitch coming. And go around strike 2. Barrett Patterson is on deck for the Scoopers. Here's the 0-2 pitch coming, and that's up high, ball 1.
Yeah, we'll take a look at a couple major league games today. Just one final. Rays beat the Rockies 3-2.
So the Rockies lose their opener. And that's a drop pitch, and they'll send it to first base for the out, and 2 away. As Barrett Patterson will come to the plate.
Yeah, a few games tonight. Orioles, Blue Jays getting underway here shortly.
Battle of the Birds.
Mets and Astros, Braves and Padres, Cubs and Diamondbacks.
Mets are still my preseason pick for the National League. I think they're going to squeeze past the Dodgers this year. That's a passed ball for ball 1.
Saw Juan Soto made his debut for the Mets last night. Got a hit. What was the stat I heard last night? There was a catcher. I think, was it Soto? It was a catcher that led off and got a home run in the first game of the season. The first catcher in Major League Baseball history to lead off on opening day and get a home run.
Nice.
In the first inning. First batter.
1 ball, 1 strike.
One of those stats, you know, baseball is so stat driven.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Yep.
wow, that's a deep stat right there.
Patterson chops this one, picked up by the shortstop. Throw to first is there, and they turn the out.
Yeah, nice play by the shortstop for Sioux Falls, Washington, Brecken Bittler.
3 up, 3 down for the Scoops, and Sioux Falls, Washington goes to the top of the third with a 13-0 lead when we return.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Rocky Newenhouse in Corsica, Platte, Mitchell, and Huron at 605-946-5606.
Would you buy your
And now online at kbhbradio.com.
Welcome back into Strong Field on this Friday night of Sturgis Cooper Baseball on 810 AM, 105.5 on your FM dial, on the World Wide Web at kbhbradio.com, and on the Big 81 mobile app. And, of course, on Live Ticket TV tonight, you can watch the game and hear the broadcast as well.
And the good thing is you don't have to see our faces.
That's true. We haven't got to that part yet.
And I don't want to ever get there.
Yep, we haven't gotten to that part yet where they show the announcers like they do on Monday Night Football when they show Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
You know, like you,
they say, welcome to the broadcast booth.
I did TV for a little while. And
I did too.
It took me a while to get the hang of it, that you really just have to be an actor kind of.
Sure.
When you're like a news anchor.
Yeah.
Reporter's a little bit different. You just report the story. But if you're an anchor, you're kind of like an actor. Once I got the hang of that, I did okay. But radio, my first love and your first love too. So we
don't have to show our faces.
Yeah,
exactly.
We can dress how we want.
Indeed.
We always say you don't want to see how the sausage is made. You know, the behind-the-scenes stuff.
That's true.
First pitch by Stroud.
That's ball one outside the strike zone. Leadoff batter is number 29, Easton Pearson for Sioux Falls, Washington. In a 13-0 lead, Pearson takes this one behind him for ball two. So 2 balls, no strikes for Pearson. This pitch coming, and that one up high, ball 3.
Pearson has walked both times he's been up. Scored a run. Patient hitter.
That's ball 4, and that's going to send him on to first base. 4 straight out of the strike zone.
The walk brings up number 7, Tyler Ringheimer.
So now to the plate comes number 7, Tyler Ringheimer. I'm going to call that ball 1, yep.
Inside pitch.
So 1-0 in the pitch count. Pearson on first for the Warriors. 1-0 pitch coming, and a big swing and a miss there for strike 1. Ringheimer was swinging for the fences on that one.
Ringheimer 1-for-2 at the plate. Singled and struck out.
1-1 pitch, and he swings, and he hit the camera on the fence there. Yeah, somebody's camera just got knocked off.
Somebody's got the GoPro camera on the fence, and I'd like to see that video.
That ball just hit it. Yeah.
I've got one of those GoPros I can mount. Ooh, strikeout.
Struck him out.
Down on strike, Stroud. The second strikeout.
I can mount it to my bike helmet if I want to take it for a mountain bike ride. And I've taken it surfing before in Hawaii and got some pretty good video of surfing with the GoPro.
Nice.
Yeah, I just put the waterproof case on it and lucky enough to catch one wave, but I edited it so it looked like I caught a whole bunch.
Sam Sanders to the plate now for Washington. Yeah, but surfing out looks really cool.
Yeah,
that one up high for ball 1.
A lot of fun. It wasn't a big wave day, just some smaller waves, like 2 or 3 feet, but I caught one. Luckily, if you catch one, it's like makes your day.
Sure.
There's days when you catch none, but it's still fun to just be out there in the water.
Absolutely. So 1 ball, no strikes here for Sanders, the 8th in the batting order.
Stroud up to 36 pitches. He's given up 1 hit, walked 3, struck out 3.
They chase the runner back to first base. Count still 1-0 here. And that one fouled into the fence. And that'll even up the count here, 1-1. One away with Sanders at the plate. 13-0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. We are in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Top of the 3rd. I'm sorry, that one down low and outside.
I think we got a new catcher too, Gary. I think Cal Sundstrom's catching now for the Scoops.
Hamer had started at that spot. Oh, that one outside, ball 3. So now it's 3-1. Somebody shook up that young man's Barks root beer down there. I wouldn't open it. Oh, there's a strike. Good pitch. That'll make it a full count, 3-2. Let's see if Scoopers can get a second strikeout here in the top of the 3rd. Pitch coming down low, ball 4. So Sanders now goes to first. Ringheimer goes to second. And here comes Jack Jacobson to the plate, number 1. He's a left-handed hitter. And he is last in the batting order for Sioux Falls, Washington.
Jacobson struck out, and he's walked. He scored a run.
And he takes this one way down low, ball 1.
Easton Pearson at second for the Washington Warriors.
Okay, yep.
Big lead off second base, too.
Ooh, that one way up high. Good thing that didn't get past Sundstrom. And he went skyward to make sure that got knocked down and didn't go to the backstop.
Trying to make sure that is Sundstrom catching. Is that number 7?
Yeah, we'll see here when he turns his. Hard to tell with the equipment on.
It is.
Yeah. (2-0) the pitch count with runners on first and second here for Washington. 1 away in a 13-0 lead for the Warriors. This one outside, ball 3. Pretty quiet over in the bullpen, but Spearfish is using it to warm up.
Post 164. Spartans.
That one is in there for a strike. So
Good
the count
pitch.
goes 3-1. Jacobson takes it up high, ball 4. And the bases are loaded again for the Warriors.
The walk loads the bases for the leadoff hitter, number 11, Caden Sporer.
3rd walk of the inning for Stroud.
And now we're back to the top of the batting order for Washington. Sporer will head to the plate with the bases loaded here for SFW.
Sporer has been.
He's been
good.
They almost just hit him with the pitch.
He's 2 for 3
inside ball 1.
2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. He's been a real effective leadoff hitter for Sioux Falls, Washington.
1 ball, no strikes for Sporer. Here's the pitch, and he does get hit that time. Oh, and that was off his shoulder blades. And a run comes home off the hit by pitch. Here comes Coach Harris, and that may do it for Elijah Stroud. And it's 14-0 Washington. So Stroud gives the ball up. See who we're going to have for relief here. Bringing him in from the bullpen, Terry. So
yep, Jack Jolly.
Looks like Jack Jolly's going to get the handle on the ball.
Sophomore pitcher for the Scoops.
So he will warm up, and as he does, we'll step aside for 60 seconds. A 14-0 lead for Washington. This is Scooper Baseball on the Big 81.
From a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis.
The home of Sturgis Cooper Sports, the Big 81, KBHP.
$14-0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. If you're just joining us, Washington jumped out to a 3-0 lead, added 10 runs in the top of the second. And they've had a run get walked in here in the top of the third. Jack Jolly takes over as pitcher, and he throws a strike for Brecken Bittler at the plate with the bases loaded.
Good start for the sophomore.
Bittler swings and pops this one up high. It's in foul territory, out of play.
Ball out of play.
It's the top of the Washington dugout.
Again, keep your eye on the ball out there.
Jack's mom, Shonda, right behind home plate with her phone out. She's going to capture this moment.
Indeed. And that one swung on and picked up, and there's confusion out there. Nobody knows where it's at. And a run scores, and it's 15-0. That was just a massive confusion out there.
They got the force out at home, so I think they call that, fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice at first, right?
I think they got him at home. Infield fly rule comes into effect there,
Gotcha.
It's one of those plays where, they call the infield fly because the infield could let it just drop, and they could, get a double or a triple play if they had to. But infield fly, batter's out.
And the score will be 15-0. But another run did come home. And now to the plate. Here's Titi. With 2 away. Big swing on this one, and that's going to go out into left field. That's going to bring in another run. Here they're going to wave home the other runner from second base, and he gets there. And Titi turns it into a double. And it's 17-0 Washington.
Now batting number 22, Caleb Booman.
And now here comes Caleb Booman. And that one went screaming out there in left field. Booman, a left-handed hitter. He'll take this one way outside for ball one. So now just a runner on second for the Warriors. One 0 pitch on the way, and ball two down low. And the pitch, and he'll swing on this one and just gets past the shortstop. It'll trickle out there into left center field. And runners will be on the corners, first and third for the Warriors.
Yeah, it looked like the third base coach was waving Dylan Teedy home.
Yep, that's what I thought too. And then he decided, let's hold him up here.
Bridger batting out in left field, got hit his cutoff man, so might have been a pretty good play at the plate.
Dylan Bark to the plate now for Sioux Falls, Washington. That one gets by the catcher, but not too far away, so the runner stays at third. And it is ball one. One ball, no strikes for Bark, and he swings and goes around. Strike one. 1-1, 2 away here in the top of the third. A 17-0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. Here's the pitch, and Bark will not swing, and he'll take that one on the inside corner of the strike zone for strike two.
Tim Potts, photographer, in a good position behind home plate.
He sure is.
Getting some great shots of Jack Jolly on the mound.
Big swing on this one. This is blooped out into center field, and it is not going to be caught. Yes, it is caught for out number three. Ooh, a sliding catch out there in center field. All right, so we have 2.5 in the books. It's a 17-0 lead for the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. Bottom of the inning coming up when we come back. This is Scoopers Baseball on the Big 81 KVH.
Calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Want a solid deal? Saving 16% on John Deere and Fleetguard filters this month is a great incentive to stock up at Grossenberg Implement. Filters are one of those easy to overlook maintenance items, but they can make a huge difference in keeping equipment running smoothly. Whether it's your tractor, self-propelled windrower, or that trusty Z-Track mower. So partner up with Grossenberg Implement during their filter sale this month and save 16%. Stop into any 9 Grossenberg locations and partner up with us this spring.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Warriors running away with this one, 17-0. After 2.5 innings, we're into the bottom of the third. Looks like we have a new pitcher, Terry, for Sioux Falls, Washington.
Looks like we do. Number 21 for Sioux Falls, Washington.
Cash Mowat will take over as pitcher.
Now batting for the Scoopers, number 15, Jack Jolly.
Okay, Jack Jolly is going to bat first for the Scoops.
Yeah, Tommy Peterson, 2 innings of work for Tommy. Just gave up 1 hit, struck out 3, walked 1 on 39 pitches.
Big swing, and that one's chopped. Picked up by the catcher. Throw to first. Oh, did he get it there? He just did. Looks like the first baseman maybe bobbled it a little bit, but he got it in his glove securely. And one away. And here comes Dalen DeShock to the plate for the Scoops.
Dalen doubled his first time up tonight, hitting .286 on the season.
Bringing Sexy back. That strike in there for strike one.
I didn't want to say it again. I'm glad you did. His walk-up song.
They were playing it on the loudspeaker. Big swing on that one, and DeShock, that went right to the third base. This could be a long throw to first. They did not get it there. DeShock is going to be safe at first base.
Third baseman Dylan Bark, long throw for him, but put that one in the dirt, and DeShock safe at first.
So the Scoopers get a runner on. And that will send to the plate now George Hamer, who was catcher, but since he's not catcher, he is not in the lineup there. So now Talon Coots will bat in his place. Coots goes around for strike one.
I think you need an N on that name there.
Kuntz.
Kuntz.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was way over his head for a ball.
I just thought you thought it was a silent N, maybe.
Nope, I just didn't have it typed in there on the roster.
Talon Kuntz, yeah, Sean Kuntz's mom.
Oh, got him swinging on the inside pitch.
Works at Sturgis Brown High School.
1 ball, 2 strikes. One away here in the bottom of the third. 17-0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. Here's the pitch, and chop that one foul.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for Sioux Falls, Washington playing 3 games tonight.
Yeah.
They better have some pitchers, huh?
Indeed.
Going to have to run quite a few different players on the mound tonight.
That one up high for ball 2. That'll even the count at 2-2.
Make sure they don't burn too many players out.
That one up high and outside 2, ball 3. And a full count for Kuntz. Full count pitch coming, and up high, ball 4. And the Scoopers get a couple of runners on board here.
Down to first base.
Now Elijah Stroud will start the batting order over for the Scoops.
Now batting number 4, Elijah Stroud.
And Elijah's mom behind home plate as well with the phone out. Kids these days have quite the catalog of photos and videos.
Yep.
You and I, we look back and I think whatever's in the high school yearbook is probably
That's probably the only pictures you have.
Probably. Yep. Mom and Dad weren't big on taking pictures of us playing sports.
That's ball 2.
Got some soccer. My parents had a Super 8 camera with, like silent movie camera.
Yep.
There was no sound to it, but there's some home film of us playing soccer back when we were younger. It's kind of interesting to see.
Chasing that one and fouling it off is Mowat. Ooh, that one bounced off the
Great play over there in the first
pole and caught by a fan out there.
Nice.
Good catch.
My mom was filming one of my soccer games, and she actually caught me scoring a goal.
How about that?
Yeah. It was pretty much a fluke goal. I just kicked it from like 30 yards out. It went right over the goalie's head.
That one popped back.
Right in the scorer's
right
booth.
into the scorer's booth right next to us.
Oh!
Yeah, he's right. Us them 1, us 0. We're still waiting for the first one.
What a catch by Adam Miller in the scorer's booth. Just about 5 feet to our right.
This one popped up into right field. Is they going to get it? Yes. No, it's dropped. Oh, no.
Nobody covering.
But nobody covering second, so they'll turn the out at second.
Yep, shortstop.
So it's 2 outs anyway, yeah.
Shortstop Brecken Bittler covering second base.
So a drop fly ball, but the Warriors still are able to turn the out at second base. So runners on first and third for the Scoops. And coming to the plate, Bridger, Massa Batten.
Yep, DeShock moves to third. Kuntz out at second. So runners, like you said, on first and third.
And there's a strike for Batten.
Good pitch by Moet.
Count goes 0-1 with 2 away.
Interesting last name. You know, there's a champagne called Moet Chandon.
Now that I did not know.
Yeah.
Look at you.
It's actually in a Queen song. It's a Freddie Mercury lyric.
Aha.
Speaking of Freddie Mercury.
Oh, he's not here.
Our spider.
We found a new spider, though, and he's hiding beneath the thing here. He's cold.
Gary named him Lou Graham.
We named him Lou Graham. Then we noticed he's not as big as Lou Graham. So then we renamed him to something else. I can't remember what, though.
Oh, boy.
2 balls, 1 strike.
We have so much time on our hands on baseball. We can't do these things in football or basketball. Naming spiders up in the booth.
2-1. Here's the pitch. Hit by
Base
Batten,
hit.
and that's going to be a base hit. A run will score.
Bridger Batten with a blast out to right center.
And they'll send the runner on to third. That's Elijah Stroud. And it's 17-1. The Scoopers get on the board here in the bottom of the third with 2 away.
RBI single for Bridger.
All right, Jaron Andrzejewski will come to the plate now. Here's the pitch, and whoa, that one over his head, and that's going to bring in another run. Safe at home is Elijah Stroud, and it's 17-2 in favor of Washington. So this game kind of changed on the change of pitchers for Washington. I was really surprised to see the pitching change.
Yeah, like we said, maybe looking ahead to these next 2 games tonight, just trying to save some arms.
That's going to be another base hit for the Scoopers, and they're going to avoid the 15-run rule, so we're going to go to the 4th, and that's going to make it 17-3.
RBI single for Andrzejewski.
Yep.
Now batting center fielder number 22, Carter Williams.
Now Carter Williams will come to the plate for the Scoopers with the runner on first. Here's the pitch, and that's a strike. They're going to throw to second, not get the tag in time. Successful stolen base. For Andrzejewski. And that one hit. Little dribbler. He'll get barehanded by the third baseman. Throw to first. It's not there. And the Scoopers will have runners on the corners, first and third, and a kind of a 2-out rally here for Sturgis.
Yeah, it has been.
17-3 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington.
Cal Sundstrom at the plate for Sturgis.
And got him swinging on the inside. Kind of jammed him up, yep. Count will go 0-1. Here's the pitch, and got him swinging on that one, strike 2. Mowat with the 0-2 pitch coming. Swing, and he struck him out. And that's the way the third inning will end. A 17-3 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. We'll head to the top of the fourth. When we come back, this is Cooper Baseball on the Big 81. Big 81.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Inning here. Scoopers need to play some defense here. Pearson takes ball 1.
Yeah, Easton Pearson's walked all 3 times he's been up this afternoon. He's scored 2 runs.
And he'll take strike 1 there. He holds his ground.
Good pitch by Jolly.
And that will even things up here at 1-1. Will not swing on that one. Now it's down low and outside ball 2. So the count will go 2-1. That one down low 2, ball 3. The count goes 3-1.
And some games just getting underway. Ole Miss 22, Michigan State 14.
Ooh, I got Michigan State winning. That's a walk. So that will send Easton Pearson on to first base and bring up number 7, Tyler Ringheimer.
Yep, me too. I have Michigan State.
Yeah.
Still early in that one.
Still early, yep.
First half, 7:41 left in the first.
Big swing and a miss there for Ringheimer. That one bounces off. I could hear it go ting off the big metal bar, that one of those big metal poles that hold up our chain link fence here.
Yeah, it'd be nice one day if they can get to a mesh backstop here instead of a fence, but That'll be in the future,
I
maybe.
think they have that at post 22, don't
do.
they? That
Base
one's
hit.
over the head of the shortstop. That one's going to drop. Yep, base hit for Ringheimer. So Ringheimer is on first base, and he'll advance Pearson on to second. And to the plate comes Sam Sanders.
Hit number 12 for the Warriors. And Sam Sanders looking for his first hit tonight.
And that one down low for ball one.
He scored a couple of runs. Walked, hit by pitch.
Here's the pitch, and that looked good from up here, but just inside it looks like for ball two. Nobody out yet here in the top of the fourth. And that one breaks outside the strike zone two for ball three. The count will go 3-0.
Looks like we have Jace Thurman at shortstop now for the Scoops.
Okay.
Good pitch by
breaking
Jolly.
ball, yep, 3-1 goes the count.
Coach Aris Rodriguez getting some new players out there.
3 balls, 1 strike. Oh, that got hit. Yep, hit him in the back. Another hit by pitch. And that will load up the bases for Sioux Falls, Washington with no outs. And to the plate comes Jack Jacobson.
Third hit by pitch. So there's a few Washington Warriors that are going to have some bruises after tonight's game.
Absolutely.
Have some baseball stitching marks on their back.
And that ball one down low and outside for Jacobson. I wonder what grade Jacobson is in. He's rather short, but that doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't say on the roster.
Yep. Just wonder if he's an up-and-comer. He's
Base
going to
hit.
blast this one out into right field and bring home 1 run. And they're going to bring home a second run. And the score will go 19-3. So back in play comes the 15-run rule for the bottom of the fourth. Yep. Now to load up third base and first base for the Warriors. He poked that nice single out there into right field and had that thing drop way in front of the right fielder who was playing quite deep out there.
Yeah, a little too deep
Maybe
in my
too deep.
opinion.
Yep.
That's what the coaches need to
Failed bunt goes strike. It goes into the fence.
bring him in a little bit.
Yep. Now at the plate, Caden Sporer. So the Warriors are back to the top of the batting order.
Barrett Patterson out in right field for the Scoops. And Caden Sporer having a nice game. 2 for 3, 4 runs scored, an RBI.
Went around on that one for strike 2. See if maybe he'll try and lay down a bunt here, which would be a really good plan here when you have nobody out. Try to get that first base runner onto second base. Nope, he was thinking about swinging. He pulled it, and it's ball 1 inside. So the count will go 1-2. Scooper Girls softball will start next week. That one stroked. And, oh no, it bounces off the mid of the shortstop. In comes another run. It's 20-3 now. And bases first and second loaded up. Brecken Bittler comes to the plate for Washington. That one is stroked into right field, and can the Scoopers get underneath it? No, it will drop between 2 Scoopers. Bases are loaded up here with no outs.
As we just said, Barrett Patterson deep right.
Yeah, he was a
playing
little too
way
deep
too
again.
deep.
Yep, they need to bring him up here a little bit maybe.
Single to right field. Now batting number 12, Dylan Teedy.
Well, now to the plate comes number 12, Dylan Teedy. And again, this top of the order, though, for Washington has been stout today.
They've been good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the top 4 players have scored 9 runs.
Yeah. That was inside for ball 1 on that first pitch.
Caden Sporer has scored 4 runs. Bittler 2, Teedy 2. Booman scored 1.
Teedy takes his second one up high, and it's 2-0 on the count now.
Dylan Teedy's 3 for 3 at the plate. He's got 6 runs batted in.
Oop, that one almost got away from the catcher. Be able to stop it from going to the backstop, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. So Teedy is being could be walking to first, then it will walk in a run here. See if Jolly can. Yeah, Jolly put that one way inside ball 4, and it walks in a run. Make it 21-3, and here comes Coach Aris again. And Scoopers pitchers have just been picked on today by these Warrior batters. I think he's going to give up the ball. Yep, so the Scoopers are going to have to find another pitcher here. Let's see who gets the ball. (21-3) ball game, and we are in the top of the 4th. Who do you got, Terry?
We got number 5, Jaron Andrzejewski.
Okay, so Jaron's going to warm up. While he does that, we'll get a break in from our fine sponsors. This is Sturgis Scooper Baseball on the home of Sturgis Scooper Sports, the Big 81, KBHB, and on Live Ticket TV tonight. Ticket TV tonight. Hungry for something different? Try out the Oasis Kitchen on.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Sturgis Strikers is your hometown bowling alley that is locally owned and operated. Come on down and bowl a game, join a league, or have a birthday party. Don't forget Friday and Saturdays are Blacklight Bowling Nights. Conveniently located off 1st and LaSalle Street, stop in and grab your morning coffee from 5-8 Espresso. Not a coffee person? No problem. Grab a tea or smoothie. And if you're going to grab a drink, why not grab a Daylight donut or 2? All located inside Sturgis Strikers off 1st and LaSalle.
Sturgis Scooper Sports on the Big 81 KBHB.
All right, welcome back into Strong Field, everyone. Terry, I'm going to give you play-by-play duties for just a few minutes here while I tend to something.
Roger that.
All righty.
Wow, I am nervous. All right, Jaron Andrzejewski on the mound for the Scoops. Caleb Booman. First pitch from Andrzejewski is a strike as Booman goes around. 0-1 the count. Sioux Falls, Washington up 21-3 on the Scoopers here. Top of the 4th inning. It's Strong Field. Second pitch by Andrzejewski fouled off by Booman. Bases loaded here at Strong Field. No outs here in the top of the 4th. Scoopers really struggling defensively to get any Washington Warrior out. Good pitch by Andrzejewski, a little outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Booman. This is the 4th pitcher for the Scoops. That pitch behind Booman. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Season opener here for Sioux Falls, Washington. Scoopers, this is their 4th game. And that one fouled off by Booman. Fouled off deep into right field. Count still 2-2. Ole Miss leading Michigan State 29-19. 3 minutes left in the first half there in the Sweet 16. That ball in the dirt. Full count to Caleb Booman.
Full count.
Andrew Jeske trying to get that elusive first out for the Scoopers. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Andrew Jeske. Caleb Booman. First out for Sioux Falls, Washington. Bases loaded. At the plate now, Dylan Bark. Dylan, 2 for 4 at the plate. He's got 2 RBIs. He scored 2 runs. First pitch outside, ball 1. I think it's cooling off a bit here at Strong Field. Low 50s. Feels like it's in the 40s. It's going to get cool for these next 2 games coming up for Sioux Falls, Washington. Next pitch, strike for Andrew Jeske. Count is 1-1. Dylan Bark stands in the batter's box, swings, base hit to left field. That's going to score 2 runs for Sioux Falls, Washington. Throw to third, little off the mark. Scoring runs, Caden Sporer, Brecken Bittler. Dylan Teedy moves to third. Double by Dylan Bark.
Now batting number 29, Easton.
2 RBI double. Gives Bark 3 RBIs tonight. 23-3 now, the score. Sioux Falls, Washington leading Sturgis.
Thank you, my good friend.
Yes, sir.
For helping out with the play-by-play here. We've been working on some issues today with some of our new websites that we've launched today. So we're taking care of that and bringing you baseball at the same time tonight. Gotta love Friday nights in small-town America.
You're multi-talented. What did somebody ask me the other night? Don't you guys have someone back in the studio running commercials? I'm like, no,
we don't do that anymore.
That's scary.
We haven't done that for years.
He's got the laptop in front of him. He does it all.
Swinging a go-around here by Pearson. And if I'm not mistaken, Terry, Pearson led off this inning.
He did.
So that's how long. This has been another long inning for the Scoopers.
Yeah, 1 away.
Pearson takes this one up high for ball 2, I think. Is that ball 2 or ball 1? Ball 1, I think. 1-1 the count. It did get chilly here.
It's cooling off.
The clouds are coming in, and it is not as warm as it was last night. Well, it was still 50s this morning when I rolled out of bed.
It's beautiful. I went to the gym, didn't even wear a jacket. Felt nice. At 4:45 this morning.
Don't put your snow shovels away.
No.
3-1, that's hit, and right to the shortstop. They'll throw it to third. They're not going to get the out, though.
Oh.
No, I think he's safe, isn't he?
He was, yep.
Yep.
Tag, Jack Jolly missed the tag at third.
Oh, boy. 1 away, 24-3 as another run comes in for the Warriors.
Dylan Teedy scores. Dylan Bark moves to third.
7 runs scored this top of the 4th inning.
It's like a football score.
It does, doesn't it?
24-3.
Yeah. This one high and outside for ball 1. Well, these Washington batters will have plenty of first game practice to go into their second game here tonight. They have been at the plate a lot in this game. This one up high, ball 2. This is Ringheimer at the plate, number 7. He's been lucky number 7 tonight. Where's number 7? And he's 7th in the batting order. Will not swing. Takes this one up high, ball 3. So runners at the corners. Second base is lonely out there. I can hear it crying. There is not a soul within second base right at the moment. Not a soul. And that's ball 4. And now the bases are loaded, and now second base is happy. Trotting to second base, Easton Pearson. The bases are juiced again. And here comes Sanders to the plate.
Might be the most runs I've seen in a baseball game and since the time I've been doing games here.
Mm-hmm. And that's one's in there for a strike. Well, Spearfish is getting a good look at how this Sioux Falls Washington Warrior team performs. They've got a very stout top of the order that they'll have to tackle. And you do not want to make mistakes against them. Sturgis has made some mistakes here today that's cost them. This one up high and outside for a ball. Count will go 2-1 here. Wind's picked up a little bit too, and it's starting to shift a little bit out of the north, and they said that was going to happen tonight. That one's fouled off. Look out over at Ballpark Road. Yep, it did cross the fence.
Nice. I always like to see that ball bouncing down Ballpark Road.
Didn't see anybody coming, so that's good. Well, there's a white SUV, but
ooh, pitch high.
Full count coming for Pearson. And that's ball 4. That walks in a run, so it's 25-3. There is the cutest little puppy here today. Oh, and she just dropped the leash of him. She's had enough of walking the little pup around.
Jack Jacobson at the plate now for Sioux Falls. First pitch strike by Andrew Jeske.
Count will go 0-1. And, got him swinging on that one for strike 2. Washington has just about put every stat you can have for a baseball game up on the board today, except a home run. And that's going to be a pass ball. That will allow a run to score. And it's 26-3. Is that right, 26? Yep, 26. So if you're just joining us, no, we unfortunately we mean it. It's 26-3. You didn't hear it wrong. It's been a long 4 innings for the Scoops here today. Oh, got the swing and the miss there for a strikeout. So 2 away. And then that will send to the plate now. Number 11, this is Caden Sporer.
11th batter of...
Yep, this is about what
14th.
They did. This was fouled off. About what they did back in the top of the second inning when they put 10 runs over.
14th batter of this inning, I should say.
And this one outside for ball 1. Sporer, by the way, is back to the top of the batting order.
He scored in every inning. He scored twice in the second inning.
And he hits that one out into center field. That going to get caught out there? No, I got dropped. Dropped out in the outfield. Another run comes in to make it 27-3. And that was kind of a shallow shot and kind of in left center. And that was the left fielder, I think, Terry, who came up there to try to corral that one, not the center fielder.
Bridger batting out there in left. Routine play, just dropped it.
Just couldn't get it in. Yeah, get it in the mitt. So Brecken Bittler is to the plate now.
Sanders moves to third. Sporer
at second.
Gets a double off that dropped pop fly.
27-3. And that one is socked into left field. And that one's fielded out there for out number 3.
Good play by the left fielder to end the inning.
So one last chance for the Scoopers here in the bottom of the 4th. But they got a long ways to go here. It's 27-3. We're back after the 60-second timeout.
Grocery Mart off Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota is your locally owned and operated grocery store. Stop in and shop the great selection of fresh cut meats. Then stroll on over to the fresh produce aisle. Watch for weekly ads for big savings and make sure you're checking out their Facebook page for the hot deals. Grocery Mart continues to strive to offer the best deals to their customers. Located off Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota, Grocery Mart says, go Scoopers.
We connect people. Have been for 100 years or so. How we get that done? Well, that won't always be the same. But why we connect people? Not in a million years is that ever going to change. We didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No. We just brought them together.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
A lot more here in this 4th inning.
Cash Mowat back on the mound for Sioux Falls, Washington. Barrett Patterson leading off the bottom of the 4th inning. Makes contact, shortstop, should be a routine play.
He fell down, but he manages to keep his foot on the base, and I think he hurt himself too.
Yeah, that stretch, that's tough. First baseman for Sioux Falls, Washington, Caleb.
22, I think, right?
Caleb Booman. Does the stretch, and I think he stretched some ligaments. Got the out, if that's any consolation.
We're going to go check on him here. We're going to help him up. I think he's all right. But, yeah, he made quite a stretch to hang on to that ball and make sure his foot stayed on the bag.
He did. That's, when you watch the professional ball players do the splits, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they work on their mobility and stretching because sometimes it requires that.
Yep.
It looks like Booman's okay.
All right, one away.
Gets some knuckles from the first base coach.
All right, Jack Jolly coming to the plate now, number 15 for the Scoops.
Jack Jolly.
And Jolly swings on this one for strike 1. Yeah, Booman's still trying to stretch that out there.
Jack grounded out his first time up.
Ooh. Oh, and that's hit by pitch. Yep, and that will send him on to first base. So Jolly takes a base.
His mom, Shonda, got that on video. I saw her videotaping that, so they can watch that replay later tonight.
All right, Dalen DeShock at the plate now.
And Dad Ethan right behind us here.
Yep.
He's dancing to his son's walk-up song. I'm just kidding. He's not dancing.
He's not dancing.
Ooh.
That one popped in the left field. It's deep out there. And caught by the center fielder, yep, for the fly.
Good hard hit by Dalen, but 2 away.
And 2 gone. Scoopers are down to their final out. And that'll send to the plate number 9. And Talon Kuntz.
Yeah, Talon's first time up, walked.
And he'll swing on this one for strike one.
Good cut. Going to a baby shower tomorrow here in town.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, Kurt and Marianne Lang's daughters.
Ah, very good.
With child, not too far away from having her first child, so invited to that.
Up high and trying to steal the base is Jolly, and he's safe. He slides in head first.
Close play. Jack got under that tag, but pitcher Cash Moet wanted that out.
Yeah, he did.
He was helping the umpire. He was making that call, but Dean Gurr, the infield umpire, is like, nah, I'm right on top of this, Cash. Thanks for the suggestion, but he's safe.
Count 0-1. That's a bloop to the second baseman. That's going to be a base hit, and they're going to send Jolly home. They're going to throw it home, and that's going to be safe. And the Scoopers get another run on, 27-4.
Kuntz safe at first. He moves to second. RBI for Talon Kuntz.
And that will bring Jace Thurman to the plate now, number 32 for the Scoops.
Outstanding season on the Scooper wrestling team for Jace Thurman.
And Thurman will take ball one. One ball, no strikes, and here's the pitch, and Moet almost hit him. Moet almost hit him. Ball two, 2-0 the count. (27-4). Sioux Falls, Washington with the lead. There's the pitch, and that one hit to the shortstop. Long throw to first. Oh, they didn't get it. Did they get it?
Nope.
Safe at first, and the Scoopers keep it going here.
Yeah, the throw high to Booman at first from his shortstop, Brecken Bittler, and Booman had to come off the bag, and Jace quick enough to get there.
Bridger Batten now to the plate.
Bridger with a base hit his last time at bat, scored a run.
And that is ball one. And this one up high for ball two. So 2-0 goes the count. Scoopers have runners on first and second.
Ooh. Little inside.
Yep, that'll be ball three.
And at halftime, Ole Miss 33, Michigan State 31.
It's close.
Kentucky
close.
and Tennessee underway. Tennessee 26, Kentucky 15 in the first half.
That's ball four, and the bases are loaded.
Massabat takes the walk down the first base, bringing up number 5, Jaron Andrew.
You know, I kind of hate to say it, but I think if the Warriors had left Peterson in, this game would have been over in 3.
I think so.
Moett's kind of struggled a little bit here for the Warriors. That one in there inside ball one. Scoopers have at the plate here Jaron Andrzejewski with the bases loaded. And that one almost got away from the catcher. Able to keep it within distance, so will not allow the Scoopers to run here. Two balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that's a solid hit into left field. And that'll get fielded out there for out number 3. And that is game. The Scoopers fall to the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors in 4. 27-4 is your final. We'll wrap it up for you coming up after this on our post-game report. This is Scooper Baseball on the Big 81 KBHB.
The Home Slice Group. Your customers love your business, but you need more of them. That's where we come in. We work with great brands, connecting them to the right audience using video, website development, digital, and audio. All tied together with intelligent media placement to get as many people to your front door as possible. You concentrate on running your business while we concentrate on growing your business. Elevate your brand with us, the Home Slice Group.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
Week Award. Now, here's Gary Matthews and Terry Anderson.
And by the way, if you follow the Athlete of the Week, of course, now that the spring sports season is in full swing, we will announce our first spring sports Athlete of the Week coming up next week. We haven't had one for the past couple of weeks because we've had no Scooper Sports. So we will get back onto that, of course, now that the Scooper Sports has picked up again. All right, your final here tonight, Terry, 27-4. Tough loss here for the Scoopers tonight. The Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors jumped out on top early here. They led 3-0 after the first inning, and then they ran roughshod over the Scoopers in that second inning, scored 10 runs in the top of the second inning, add 4 more in the top of the third. I still think, I hate to say it, but I still think had they left Peterson in there, I think he would have taken care of business, and he probably would have ended this in the third inning on the 15-run rule.
Yeah, probably.
That didn't happen. They put Mowat in. Mowat allows 3 runs to come in the bottom of the third. This game moves on to the fourth inning. Unfortunately for the Scoopers, that just set off the Washington Warriors. They were like trying to drop a cat in water. They poured 10 points on the board and run away with this one. 27-4 is the final. Go ahead. I'll let you run down the stats.
Yeah, every player for the Warriors scored multiple runs. I guess Caleb Booman only had 1, but Caden Sporer, 4 for 5 at the plate for the Warriors, had 4 RBIs. Listen to this. Dylan Teedy, 3 for 3 at the plate, 7 RBIs. He scored 3 runs. Caden Sporer scored 5 runs. 18 total hits for Sioux Falls, Washington. They left 8 on base. Tommy Peterson, as Gary mentioned, gets the win for the Warriors. Brody Royer takes the loss for the Scoops. Dalen DeShock, 2 for 3 at the plate as the designated hitter for Sturgis, and a bunch of players with 1 hit each. Jace Thurman, Bridger Batten, Andrew Jeske had a hit. Carter Williams had a hit, and Talon Kuntz had a hit. So 7 total hits for the Scoops, and they left 8 on base, and they fall to the Warriors 27-4, their 4th loss of the season for the Scoopers.
All right, so a tough one here tonight, Terry, for the Scoopers. They fall 27-4 4. So how about Sioux Falls, Washington here? They drive over 400 miles to come out here to the Black Hills to play some baseball. They were hoping to get a couple of games in tomorrow, but it looks like we're going to have some inclement weather tomorrow. So they say, hey, Spearfish, come on over to Sturgis and we'll get this game in tonight before the weather turns on us on Saturday. And this makes it Washington's worthwhile to come out here tonight.
I think it does. Yeah, we'll see how these next few games turn out. We won't be calling them for you.
No, we're the Sturgis Scooper station. Yep.
So you can check out Game Changer or come down to Strong Field.
Absolutely. Come on out to Strong Field, have a hot dog, and join your friends here as the Spearfish Spartans now are going to take on the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors here at Strong Field. Should be a pretty good matchup between these two teams.
Should be good.
Yep, I think so. With that, Terry Anderson and I are going to bid you adios and adieu from Strong Field here in Sturgis. Have a wonderful Friday night, everyone. And looking ahead, our next Scooper game coming up next week, weather permitting. It's a wet start to the week, Terry. It looks like we got a game against Douglas at McKeague coming up next week. And, of course, we'll keep you updated on the schedule we're going to run for the Scooper girls softball team as well. But for now, we're going to say goodnight from Strong Field. For Terry Anderson, Gary Matthews, have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Aloha.
Just Scooper Baseball on the Big 81. Today's game was brought to you by Lynn's Dakota Mart, where you'll find the better choices.
Newell Golf Club, located just minutes outside of town, the friendly hometown golf course. Come play a round of golf in a laid-back atmosphere and enjoy the views that western South Dakota has to offer. Newell Golf Club strives to be a community leader, offering the course to the Newell High School and middle school golf teams free of charge and hosting multiple community golf tournaments throughout the season. First-time members get half off membership fees. Look us up on Facebook.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Rocky Neuenhaus in Corsica, Platte, Mitchell, and Huron at 605-946-5606.